Hello, welcome to the Handsome Game Men podcast. I am Colton DeMonte, and I'm here with Brian Piccolo. Brian doesn't have a mic tonight, so we're just going to do sign language. Brian, how was your day? Perfect. This is going to be a great podcast. All right, Brian, the big reveal. You do have a mic, right?
I have a microphone.
Yay! We have mics.
We were just doing something kind of funny there. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed doing that for you.
That's just one of the many little bits we're gonna do for y'all.
It's probably the best one, but we'll throw in a couple other really funny ones coming up in a little bit.
The fact that it's all improvised is just incredible. I don't know how we come up with it. But yeah, welcome.
I also do not know how we come up with the improvised bits. It's your line. It's your line now.
It's not my sandwich. Yeah, there we go. That's just some more improv for you guys.
Oh, weird. How are we not having millions of people watching already?
I don't know. This is just like stand-up, dude. I don't know. I never know how to start anything.
Yeah.
It's always just I can do the middle and the end part pretty good.
Just sort of trip and fall on your way to the stage, knock over the microphone, and do shitty comedy.
That's been my motto for the last 10 years.
So Colton,
yes,
we're a video game. I'm sorry, Carlton. I always pronounce your name wrong. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going by Colton on this. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I don't know. It's all over the place. My Twitter says Colton. Nothing says Carlton except my Twitch.
How about Colartron?
I've been thinking of changing it,
Okay.
but I don't have full permission over my name, so I got to get permission.
Understood.
Yeah.
Oh well. So let's start.
Yeah.
What is going on in your world?
I played a few new games
Okay.
on the Xbox Game Pass, and
You have Xbox Game Pass, but you do not have an Xbox. Is that correct?
Correct. PC like an Xbox.
That's a personal computer.
Yeesh.
Yes. What have you played on Games Pass? And tell me the details. It's $9.99 a month or something like that?
It's actually the Xbox version is $9.99,
Okay.
but the PC version is only $5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And but for me, it was $1 for the first month.
Wow.
And I got to play some pretty cool games.
Okay.
But that's what about you? What have you been doing?
Well, tell me the game.
Oh, did you want to know now? I can tell you now.
Are we saving it for a second segment or something? I mean, that's fine.
No, I wasn't saving it for a segment or anything. Maybe you've heard of this one, is Ori and
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Played Ori. It's very beautiful. It's very difficult.
Yeah, really?
I thought so.
It had its moments for me where I was like, shit, fuck, I'm dying, shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay. My biggest problem was I couldn't figure out where to go.
Yeah, no, that's always my biggest problem.
How do you kill
Yeah.
that which has no life?
Mania type side scrollers.
Well, the problem was I was playing and I found this new area and I was like, oh, cool, a new area. And then it was like a part of the DLC.
Oh,
Had nothing to do with the game, and people in chat were like yelling at me.
nice.
They're like, stop, no, don't go down there. You don't have to.
Are you saying people on the internet were unkind?
They were kind, though. It was kind help, you know?
Gotcha.
They weren't calling me an idiot or anything.
No.
They
That's
should.
good.
They should have.
No.
But I really liked the visuals and everything of it. It was really pretty. And it kind of reminded me of Journey a little bit.
I can see maybe a vibe.
The
sort of.
visuals and just the whole aesthetic of it made me feel kind of good and also bad at the same time.
So kind of like just me in regular life.
Yeah, just totally depressed. Yeah. But beautiful. But the world is beautiful too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks cool. I played a demo of it somewhere, probably on Switch or something.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a game you should pick up. I don't think it's very long. I didn't finish it, but I got pretty close.
Cool. What else on the Game Pass? Did you try Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm excited because I've watched a ton of shit about this shit.
Right. So I played for 5 minutes and then
Okay,
uninstalled it because
all right.
I could not. I had it on easy mode,
Mm-hmm.
and when you go third person out of the airplane, it doesn't. It's not real. Like you just move it along like a track. I don't know. It was so weird.
Huh.
I couldn't get it to work properly, so I kind
Okay.
of gave up on it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult. I mean, you're flying a fucking plane. I don't know how to
Did
do
you
it.
get a chance to at least check out the visuals? Like, did you
Hmm.
fly over North Carolina or anything like that?
I did. I flew out of ILM.
That's cool.
It was very exciting. I flew over my house.
Really?
Yep. I flew
That's
over
really
my
cool.
house. And yeah, that was like the coolest part, but I couldn't somebody in the chat said, "I guess that didn't fly for you."
Nah.
Uh, thank you.
Boeing.
But I don't know. I just didn't like it. It's not a
Hmm.
game for me.
It's not a game, I think, is the problem
That's
that I
true.
would have with it. Like, people legitimately role play as pilots in that game and
Really?
talk to the fucking air traffic control,
Yeah.
make sure they do all their flight checks. They have the books in front of them. Like, I know Microsoft has done a pretty good job at dumbing it down for like the easy mode, just so people can go in there and at least have some kind of fun. But it's a serious simulation,
Yeah.
and you have to know what you're doing, even in the easy mode, I would assume. But it sounds like you
Yeah.
had some kind of weird autopiloting, like equivalent of a race car with ABS, or it slows down on your turns or whatever.
Yeah, it froze the entire landscape and then you just moved the plane left to right.
Huh.
Couldn't even go up and down. And I wanted to fly it in third person. For
Yeah.
some reason I felt like that would be more, and I could see more, I could see the ground.
Yeah, you can't see anything out of those little cockpit windows because you're
No.
usually your nose is pointed slightly up. It's just the nature of flying a plane.
Right.
So it's not like you can see the ground and stuff.
I liked the experience of that, but it was also kind of like, well, I wanted to see the landscape and,
Mhm.
but it's a fine, maybe if I got into flying or something, I would
Yes,
really like it. But
I just it's such a cool piece of technology that I will probably never play.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things just made for other people. It's not
But
made
if
for
they
me.
can implement like the maps with the tracking and all that stuff for other types of games, like imagine a Grand Theft Auto where you're walking around your real city, like that would be
Oh my God.
cool. And it's
Yeah.
kind of can almost be a proof of concept for that type of thing working. So it's exciting. I think it's neat.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's insane that they said they'll replicate weather patterns live
Mhm.
in your area too. And
Pretty crazy.
yeah, I wanted a hurricane to hit so I could fly through a hurricane.
Nice. Anything else on Game Pass that you want to shout out?
I wanted to briefly mention I tried to play Deliver Us the Moon, which I think it was like an indie developer. It may have been a one guy development sort of deal. It was bad.
I know the title. What is it? What
It,
kind of game is it?
it's a game where all resources on Earth have been
Grand
depleted.
Theft Force Virginia. Sorry, my friend Rakesh.
Yeah.
Just that would be awesome.
Oh my God, yeah, Virginia Grand Theft Auto. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, it was bad. What else was I saying about it?
Just what kind of game it was.
Oh, right. So it's like all the resources on Earth have been depleted, all energy resources. But then they found a resource on the moon. And it's
Okay.
like, I go, okay, fine, I'll accept that as a reality. But then once you jump into the gameplay, oof. It's
Not
just
so fun.
it's clunky. And it's meant to be like a thriller mystery type thing. And it just doesn't achieve what it's supposed to be doing.
Okay. So you're gonna ask for your dollar back?
Yeah, I need my dollar. Well, it's probably maybe a couple pennies worth.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
Now, what have you been playing, Brian?
Well, I have a good list here. So
Ooh,
first Tuesday of every month, PSN releases their 2 PS Plus free games that
Yeah.
you get for paying the $10 a month for whatever the online subscription for PlayStation is. And this month we got two killers. We got PUBG
Oh,
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and we got Street Fighter 5.
yeah, I got to download those.
So I downloaded both of them as soon as I was able to, and I was working, so I can't really play an online game while I'm working, but I can pop in and out of like a single player that I can pause or whatever. So I loaded up Street Fighter 5, and I haven't played Street Fighter with any kind of regularity since 2 Turbo for the SNES or whatever. So I'm not like good. I'm not good at anything, but I'm especially not good at fighting games, and I'm definitely out of the loop on the Street Fighter stuff. That game is a goddamn mess.
Really?
The menu is just a complete disaster. It's almost impossible to figure out what you're doing, which will come in. Just remember that I said that here in a few minutes. So I got into a couple just single player, like story mode arcade things. And I was like, yeah, I'm never going to be good enough at this to enjoy it at any kind of level. Like, it's definitely geared towards online matchmaking and stuff like that. And I'm the guy who, in Tekken, Eddie Gordo, just doing the flips and shit, just mashing buttons and still cool stuff happens, and can't really get away with that in Street Fighter. So, downloaded that and downloaded PUBG, and I got into PUBG. So my work day was over, and I was like, well, let's pop in a little PUBG. I had fun with H1Z1, which is essentially PUBG. But it's just kind of a crappier version, but it was free on PlayStation before. So I had a little bit of fun with that. So I knew the basic idea of a battle royale game. And so the interface again was really weird to kind of navigate. I wasn't sure exactly what I was doing. And then all of a sudden I went to start a game and could not figure out how to launch a game.
Really?
I pressed every button. I scrolled through every option. I hit start X. I went in and changed it to single player, not squad. Could do all that. Could not figure out how to launch into a game. Deleted both games off my system.
A hard 2 uninstalls for this month.
Yes. That's 2 thumbs down, 2 uninstalls.
Oof.
Even though they're probably the best games that have been released for PS Plus in months now.
Yeah. That sucks. When a game's interface just doesn't work, it's like,
it probably works, and I'm probably just stupid. That's the problem. I was like, and also partially I was like, I'm kind of glad this didn't work, because people have been playing this damn game for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah. And
I'm going to jump in as a noob, like
on PlayStation,
destroyed, and not enjoy it anyway.
Is it cross-platform?
Don't think so.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
Say PS4 is PS4 on this one.
Okay, at least you're not going up against like crazy PC players. Yeah. They can throw their mouse around.
Those were 2 of the things I played. There was also a sale, and I bought 2 games, 2 PlayStation VR games.
Ooh.
And I'm quite enjoying them, actually. So the first one is Vader Immortal.
Oh, yeah.
Been out on Oculus for a little while.
Seems like a perfect game for VR.
Just came to PlayStation VR, and I played the first episode. So it's an episodic game, but the $29.99 bundle that you buy for what's available on PSVR is the first 3 chapters of the story in each chapter. I played the first one about an hour or something, about 3 or 3.5 hours total for the whole thing. But it's broken up into 2 different things. The first thing, the only thing I've played so far, is kind of the interactive movie type, the story mode, basically.
Right.
And it's kind of rudimentary.
Did you want to watch the trailer real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and put it on.
I do have the trailer. Let's watch this. This is the Vader.
No, dude, I just won't fucking talk anymore. It's cool.
No. It's so it sets up the story mode. So it's what you're talking about. It has to do with it. Trust me.
Play the trailer. Do you have sound going? I can't tell.
The Force is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Follow me, and I will instruct you in its ways.
Incredible, Captain! How are you doing that?
There are moments when even the fate of a galaxy can pivot on the actions of an individual.
Did you think you could become my apprentice? You were a means to an end. But now you have outlived your usefulness.
Only you can face Vader.
You were wise to heed my training. But it won't save you.
All right.
Wow.
So what you saw, most of that was from the kind of story mode. And I have two main big takeaways from the story mode so far. One is that it's very rudimentary. Like, if you were to give someone a PlayStation VR headset for the first time, this might make a good game for their very first time playing VR.
Oh, really?
It's cool, and it's fucking super cool to be in that universe. And I have a confession: I am a huge nerd, but I've never been a Star Wars nerd. I don't even think I've seen the original trilogy all the way through.
Really?
So maybe people will get even more out of it if they're, like, oh my God, I can't believe that object there is that thing from that one movie or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I'm sure there's a lot of fan service that I'm just missing out on, but I know enough about it to follow along, basically.
Right.
The second takeaway, and again, this is not going to make any sense to anyone who has not used VR before, but in the first, and this isn't really a big spoiler, 15, 20 minutes of the thing, you actually meet Darth Vader. This general is torturing you to get you to do some errands for him or whatever, and then Darth Vader walks in, and he's gigantic in real life. It's super freaky. Like, he's got to be 7.5 feet tall and just 400 pounds, just this giant. It's very, like, intimidating and cool.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Like, in the game, he's like 7 feet tall?
Yeah. He's gigantic. Like, the general that's like messing with me is my height, but he's just got a messed up face or whatever. So he's scary in that way. And then Vader comes in, he's this giant monster. It's super
God.
cool. There's some really cool stuff in it. It's been out for a couple weeks. Is it worth $30? Because I can't say that I think it is, but I don't hate it.
It's like is it kind of like a lightsaber test for VR type of thing?
They already have Beat Saber, which I think does that stuff just as well.
Yeah.
If not better. But no, you have interactions, like you're climbing things and you're sword fighting and, hitting switches and all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's definitely enough cool stuff to make me want to see the rest of it. In fact, I might play after this, after we're done with this PCast.
Did you ever play Portal?
Yes.
Do they have that for VR?
No. Well, I think there is a somewhat hacked version for like the Oculus Rift or something like that, and it's supposed to be the most amazing thing ever. But I would love Portal. There's a game coming out in September called Budget Cuts, which has a Portal-ish control scheme that I'm excited to see. So that's coming out this month for PSVR. It's been on PC VR for a while.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool.
But no Portal proper. But the other big news I had, and it's funny that you mentioned it. So it's kind of a big deal when. And I'll shut up about PlayStation VR because I know no one gives a shit.
They will.
They announced today that this week is PlayStation VR week on the PlayStation blog. So they're going to have new announcements of big games or updates every day. And then Wednesday they're having a sale. But the big announcement today was Minecraft is coming to PlayStation VR this month. So it's kind of a big deal when you get like a real name game to be in VR. Because a lot of the stuff, like a lot of it's great. A lot of it is kind of smaller indie stuff, and so it's a big get to get a big name, something people have heard of. Like we got Resident Evil 7, we got Borderlands 2, Skyrim, No Man's Sky. This is just another LA Noire. This is just another one of those big names that might help.
Surprised GTA 5 isn't on.
It's got to be.
It's going to be.
Right now, it's too much of a game to be on PlayStation VR at this point. PS5 maybe. There's just too much going on.
Yeah, it's on everything.
So that was the big news that they announced today for PlayStation VR, and I'll if we do this next week, or I should say when we do this next week, I will update with the rest of the.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have a whole like VR section too.
Yeah.
Just because there are going to be people that do want to know about the PlayStation VR, because I think it will be a much bigger thing when PlayStation 5 comes on, or comes out. Which
So
yeah, I was actually just going to speak on the PlayStation 5 quick about how maybe
let's see if we talk about the same thing.
Yeah, very extremely limited is what they're saying. You got to sign up to pre-order.
So that's a weird thing, and that's only through Sony themselves, and they're also not providing any cost or any date.
Yep.
Like, I'm not signing up for something before you tell me how much it costs. I don't care.
No, come on, buy it first.
Well, you know you want it.
I hope that's not their tactic.
You know you want it. So I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the Doritos thing?
No.
So Doritos is apparently has win a PlayStation 5 advertisements on the bags now. I don't know if they've been widely distributed, but that's their new big promotion.
Uh-huh.
And just like with Xbox, people have kind of taken the total value of this prize that they have to put in the fine print and kind of worked backwards and done the math on it to try to figure out how much a PlayStation 5 is going to cost.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Since they have not released the price, it could only be a placeholder. It could be an estimated, so there's ways around it.
Yeah.
But they're saying $4.99.
It's not $5.99.
It's not $5.99, and we also don't know if that's the discless version, and maybe the one with the disc is $5.99.
Ooh. Ouch. Ooh, that
we don't know.
Brian, that's gonna hurt.
I can't do it.
Don't do it. If you wanted to spend a decent chunk of change on a new system this year, just get a PC, bro. I mean, not you personally. I mean, anybody listening to this. If you want to, I would wait for PlayStation 5 for at least 2 years, because you might as well. I mean, you can spend $5.99 on a fucking beefy ass PC, and it'll get the job done. I don't know.
I don't either. I've never been a PC guy.
That's
not true. I've been a PC guy, but I love my console.
I love the consoles too. I just feel like there's a time for certain consoles, like
and we'll see what the real deal is with the pricing and stuff like that. But $4.99 without the disc is pushing it. $4.99 with the disc, maybe.
Oh, somebody raised a good point in chat. PCs are very hard to maintain. I will admit that. Because consoles, man, they make consoles to last, for a decent amount of time.
8 to 10 years seems to be like the cycle now, and you never have to worry about updating graphics cards or anything. No,
right.
Xbox One X and PlayStation Pro have kind of changed that a little bit, but those have not been mandatory upgrades.
Right.
They're just optional if you want the best of the best. But yeah, you buy your PlayStation 4 in 2012, 13, 14, whenever it came out, and it's 6 years later, and you still can play new games on it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. In 40,
I am not down talking PC gaming by any means. That's always going to be the best way to do it. I just like the convenience of console, and I don't want to have to deal with all the other kind of weird hoops you have to go through with
updating drivers. All of a sudden your audio doesn't work. I mean, computers will fucking make you go crazy.
Yep. So we'll see what the pricing is. It's encouraging that the VR is still going to be backwards compatible with the PS5.
That's good. They have
top
to
100 games or whatever.
Yeah. They have to do that. They kind of have to do that.
So anyway, that's all that I've really been doing. I got The Curious Case of the Stolen Pets was the other game I got on sale for VR, and it's very cute and it's very fun. And I haven't said that much. I'll talk about it next week. I hope to have that.
Playing with little puppies.
Next week. Yeah.
Yeah, playing with little puppies.
It's like a claymation art style. It's very charming.
Oh, you know what would be cool, Brian? If I want you to one night, let me know when you're VRing or whatever. If you can stream it, I just want to like watch and then like record some stuff so we can even show on the podcast or something like.
Show me losing.
Show you losing. Make you feel good about yourself,
All I could use that.
Yeah. So yeah, we should do that. But we do have a very special guest tonight.
Oh yeah, Bishop canceled.
No, he's here. He's in the waiting room.
Oh, hey Bishop.
Hey, Bishop. So what we're gonna do is gonna take a quick little break, and then
Okay.
when we come back, we're gonna be back with Lewis Bishop. Yay! Welcome back to the Handsome Game Man podcast with our special guest Lewis Bishop. Everybody,
Also a handsome game man.
a very handsome game man.
How you
Hi,
doing, bud?
guys. Good, man. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Just, do a little Sunday night talking
Yeah.
or
What's
Wednesday
today?
day talking.
Today's
think
Monday.
it's-
Oh yeah, it is Monday.
Well, I didn't want to correct you. I didn't know if it was like, this one was going to drop on a Sunday. So I was like,
No,
oh,
we record it one day ahead of time and play it the day before. It's really interesting.
that is, yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Neat technology here.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Ugh.
Zoom came out with like a see into the future type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I need to get back on Zoom then.
yeah.
I gave up on it, but now I didn't know that you could go into the future. I also like, I don't know if you're live, right? You're doing it live on Twitch. So
Yeah.
can Twitch see your screen share that you're doing right now?
No. So-
Okay.
So
I was
ha-
gonna say,
yeah.
thank goodness I didn't say anything awful in the chat here that I had with you because you have my chat pulled up.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah,
Oh, it's fine.
don't-
I don't care.
Yeah,
It's
don't
just,
worry about that. We'll click out of there. No worries. It's fine. No. Oh, my nudes. Oh, okay. They're covered. All right. Good.
They're very tasteful, so at least
Yeah, very tasteful. So I wanted to invite you on, Bishop, because I wanted to talk about like what games you played as a kid too. Like that's something that I feel like the younger
Yeah.
generation doesn't understand what we went through when we were
Sonic.
playing games. You know, Sonic.
well, yeah. So I am 38. I just turned 38, and I think because I was thinking about this show today, I was like, man, what am I going to talk about? Because I'm sure that Brian and Colton have all kinds of crazy. Like Brian is heavy into the VR stuff, so I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to contend with that. But I think that I grew up in like the golden age of video games. I grew up in
Yeah.
the best time of video games because it was all new and there was new stuff. Everyone was competing with one another and everyone was trying to one up each other. I mean, they're still trying to one up each other, but it was like, oh, you got 16-bit? Well, guess what? We're double.
We
We're
got
32-bit, asshole. What do you
yeah,
think
we
about
got
that?
what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, right. So, man, I was lucky because my brother was 9 years older than me. So that
Oh.
means that, he got all the systems.
Yeah.
And being that I would get all the systems too, basically, because I would be able to play them. Like, I was just writing down a list of all the systems that we owned. This is before, like, when me and my brother still lived together, okay? We'll start kind
shit.
of from the top.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It wasn't. We had the original Atari, and I remember as a little kid, I would cry because we would play Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird, and he would make me be Larry Bird. In the video game, if you slam dunk too many times, you break the back,
Like the class. Yeah.
and there would be a guy that would come by and a janitor and sweep it up, and he'd be like,
We sweep it up. Yep.
right? And my brother would always move Michael Jordan, so I would be standing there, and he'd be like, "Look, that guy's yelling at you. He's yelling at you." So that would always make me cry. Like I'd be like, "He's not yelling at me." So we had Atari, we had Nintendo. I remember when Nintendo come out, we got it from Sears.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and,
Sears.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Sears.
and we were so amazed. We were like, "Look how long the controllers are! Oh my god!" Like because the cord
Yeah.
for the controller was so long.
Yeah.
So we had that.
I'm sorry, Bishop. I don't want to
No,
derail you here.
you're
What
fine.
game did you get with your Nintendo when you brought it home? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, we got Mario Brother and Duck Hunt.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Which game?
Mario Brother and
Mar-
Duck Hunt.
Mario?
Mario Brothers.
Mario?
No, Mario Brothers.
Oh, right.
Everyone else calls it Mario Brothers.
Anyone
No
from
one
New
calls
York?
who calls it Mario Brothers?
Lou Morganti.
Yes, he does. Okay, I want to make sure we're both talking about the same idiot that calls it Mario Brothers. The only person in America that calls it Mario Brothers.
I think we were outside and he said Mario Brothers and we all just lost our minds. I'd never heard that.
Right, Mario Brothers, and he defends it like he's saying it correctly. Like, no, okay, like if you say pecan and I say pecan, or vice versa, that's one thing. But if it's a company name, there's no a trademark name. There is no if, ands, or buts.
Right.
It's either it's Mario Brothers. You
Yeah.
don't say, hey, let me get a Snickers bar, and you say what? You know, a Snickers bar. We call it Snickers in New York. No, it's a Snickers bar. Is what it is. It's not a Snickers bar. So, anyways, yeah, Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
We had Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Duke Hunt.
Say what?
And you add Duke Hunt.
Duke Hunt. Yeah, Duke Hunt Nukem. That's how you say it. That's how you say it.
Add Mario and Tinas. Those are
I'm from Minnesota. We call it Tennis.
Teeneth.
So we had Sega.
Wait,
We had-
I also want to know too what the years were. Do you remember what years these were?
Oh my gosh.
So
I don't
Nintendo
know.
it had to have been 80. What,
I
Brian?
would say,
Do you remember? 85.
yeah. Well, then
About.
we definitely didn't get it new then, or maybe we did. I don't know. You know what? I think I wasn't in school yet, so maybe we did. Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
I guess we did get it semi new.
Well, when I got it in 93, I thought it was brand new.
The regular Nintendo.
Yeah, NES. Yeah, and Super Nintendo had come out. My parents had sheltered me from any commercials, I think.
Right. Cover your eyes, Colton. There's a commercial.
They play old VHS tapes with old commercials. Coming soon, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a Teddy Ruxpin for
Right.
your 17th birthday.
Yeah.
Which Sega was the one you got? Master System or the Genesis?
Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember on the Nintendo, like, you know, of course, like we had Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers
Mario.
and Mario Brothers, and we had the first Metal Gear. Yeah, I would watch.
You did?
Yeah. Another thing is my brother would. He was great at this. He would say, being the younger brother, and I always wanted to play, and he didn't want me to play. He would say, "Hey, you be my eyes." And you tell me if something's happening that I don't see. So like yeah, we had that. We had Castlevania. We had like Contra. Like you know, tons and
So
tons.
you
of
had
it.
a library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then with Sega, Sonic. I loved Sonic. We got the free Sonic that had the thing on the thing that said "not for sale."
Nice.
And I remember like just like playing so much Sonic, and I loved Sonic. And Altered Beast, we had that too. We had so many games. You didn't like Altered Beast?
Terrible game.
Yeah, but as a kid, I thought it was great.
No,
Yeah.
when that's all you have, you latch on to whatever you have. You're like, this is the fucking greatest game ever.
There was
Yeah.
still like so many. Like I can't even remember all of like the Sega games.
I was telling Brian last week that we played over and over. It was the American Gladiator video game for
Right.
NES, and fucking awful. It's one of the worst games you'll ever play, but we tried to beat it. We played it over and over, and just like our fingers would bleed, and we would just keep trying. And it was just a bunch of grown men in spandex getting shot with tennis balls.
I remember as a kid, one game that we would play over and over again. Like, also you would make up games, like you'd make up shit. Like you would, you know, was me and my friend Alan. We like for a whole summer we tried to beat Gauntlet 2, right?
Oh, good lord.
Right. So much so that we would like unplug the back of the TV and keep the Nintendo on because you couldn't save.
Yeah, didn't want to leave your save progress.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And it would just finally we would just be so burnt out, and the thing about to catch, you know, the Nintendo about to catch fire, that we were like, yeah, we should just give it up, you know. Like we would play that, and like, oh, there was a lot of shitty games too on like Nintendo.
So
but
many.
it was, you know, all of them were so different. It was like, oh man, these are so great. But like
When
as
you're
far
a
as-
kid, you
okay,
don't know. You don't understand
you don't know.
quality. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, you know, I take it, Brian, you grew up on all these as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's keep going down the line. So I'm just going to go to TurboGrafx 16. TurboGrafx 16.
No way, you had a TG16.
We did, yeah.
Nice.
What? So which generation is this? After Nintendo?
Yeah,
Turbo
this
Graphics is 16-bit as well.
See,
and TurboGrafx 16 was the first
Wow.
company, I believe, I think, that had a CD.
The CD
also.
album. That is correct. They're
Really?
the first in America anyway. But yeah, you're the first person I've ever spoken to that owned a TurboGrafx 16. So I'm a
Yes.
little bit jealous. That's cool.
You didn't have one?
Uh,
Yeah. So TurboGrafx 16, you know how small, of course, the Switch,
mhm.
games are.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't that small, but
Yeah,
they
the
were like
cards.
credit cards basically.
Yeah, they're called cue cards.
Oh, I knew someone with one of those when I was younger. I do
I never
remember that.
saw one in person.
Yeah, I think I did
And-
see one.
The cool thing is that they're handheld. You used the same games as the full size.
Mhm.
So like their Game Gear or whatever it was, I can't remember what it was called. And like that was another funny thing is that they had so many like each one of these companies had their own Mario that they
Yeah,
were
of
trying
course.
or Sonic that they were trying to get across. So their guy was called Boink, I think.
Oh.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Adventure.
Yeah, Bonk. And he was basically a caveman, but with a giant head. And he would use his head to crash into stuff. There you go, right there. Right
Yeah.
up there. Yep, Bonk's Adventures. So he was like a little, I don't know. I guess he was a man. I don't know if he was a baby. I can't quite remember.
It's weird.
Yeah. But one of the great games they had on there was called Slaughterhouse, right?
Yes.
And this game was like you would just go around, and I think you either worked at a mental institution or something, or you were escaping from a mental institution, and it was basically you were Jason Voorhees, is what your
Yeah.
character looked like, and you just beat things to death with machetes or with 2x4s. And there was a lot of blood and guts, but that
Very
was
gory for the time.
very gory. Yes. And there was a lot of great games on TurboGrafx 16 too, but like they're slipping my mind at the moment. Like
We're very heavy into kind of vertical shooting games too.
yes. Like I was just trying to think like
Right then and
what was that one called? F something. Oh God, I can't remember.
R-Type.
R-Type, yes. R-Type, yes. Well, we're from New York. I'm from New York. We call it FR Type.
Area type.
Yeah. All right. So TurboGrafx 16, and we also had the TurboGrafx 16 CD player,
Nice.
right? We had Sega CD, and Sega CD is like when I really like started like falling into love like with games. I was at the age then where like I could buy my own games for like birthdays and stuff. And I remember I got this game called Ground Zero Texas, and it was like I was so amazed by this game Ground Zero Texas. It was like multi-screen, right? So like the idea of the game, the plot of the game is that there was a alien invasion, and Ground Zero was this little town in Texas, and you had to stop this alien invasion. Now it was like there was a game called, I want to say, Night Trap.
Night Trap. Yep. Similar concept.
Say what?
Similar kind of setup.
Yes. And Night Trap was one of the games that they banned because there was like murder and I guess there was rape in the game and stuff.
Jesus. Oh, is that the one where it's like people are acting it out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did hear about that. Mm-hmm.
And one of those games called
Dana Plato from Different Strokes was in that movie.
In that movie game.
In that movie game.
So that would be like an interactive, like Heavy Rain, right, Brian? What are those?
Less direct control than Heavy Rain, but yes, you're
Okay.
basically watching a series of computer monitors in Night Trap. I don't know if
Gotcha.
that's the same for Texas Ground Zero.
You were watching the monitors and then you could zoom in on certain monitors. You could like click, and then there would be like the aliens were at first like dressed like civilians, and you had to shoot the civilians. Basically, if you shot the wrong civilian, your game was over. But it was a great game. And we had like Sewer Shark, basically the same thing.
Sewer Shark?
Sewer Shark was kind of a tunnel shooter, right? You're going down a full motion video tunnel and shooting aliens and stuff as they pop up at you.
I found a picture.
And that's the game right there.
Is that the whole game?
That's the whole thing.
Looks
And,
pretty good.
There was a game called which I love too, which was a lot like Dragon's Lair. You know, like something would pop up. You'd have to push left. You had to push right, or whatever.
Space Ace?
Say what?
Was it Space Ace?
Oh no, Space Ace was good though.
Yeah.
This one was called Road Avenger. Did you ever play that?
Oh, that's the driving one. That one, the anime kind of.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that one looks cool.
Yeah, it was great, and that's it right there. The opening credits, like I still like sing the opening credit song because, of course, it had like a big, like cheesy '80s opening.
Avenger #1.
It was like, all right, so the video game started out where you're at your wedding, and of course, for some reason, these leather-clad guys show up and kill your wife for some reason. Your newlywed wife.
Because they got to take everything away from you.
Everything. But the one thing they didn't take away, the dummies, was your badass car and your will to live. So in Revenge, they forgot to take revenge too.
Yeah.
You have all this going for you. So you like build yourself back up. And I just remember the song was like, I'm gonna keep on it. My eyes on the road. I'm gonna keep on it. My eyes on the road. And I can't remember like how it would show half the game like in the opening credits, like the stuff that you would do.
Road Avenger, right?
Yeah, Road Avenger opening. Oh, you got to do a space there.
Thank you.
There you go. Road Avenger Sega CD theme. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Oh yeah, there you go.
Is this it?
No, yeah, it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man, this is gonna bring me back. See how well I was on my singing.
Oh, you weren't just playing it?
No.
Well, this one's it.
Game creative staff. Wolf Team.
Listen to that audio. So good. Looks like an anime. Well, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That
Real
is
quick,
80s
though.
as fuck.
Like, listen.
Uh-huh.
Road Avenger, now that I view it, he's kind of, I don't know if he's a hero. Like, what kind of idiot gets married while there's roving gangs in the streets?
Yeah.
Like, that are just driving everywhere. He's being chased by a gang. He's on a mountaintop with no, like, guardrails on the top. Like, you're asking for this, pal. Like,
Bishop, you can't stop true love.
you're right. You're
You
right.
can't time it. You just got to go for it.
There's also
I
way
think
less
that's what you're
regulation.
learning from Road Avenger.
There's way less regulations back then. Things were so much better. America was so great. Dude, that looks amazing.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was a great game. There were so many great games with crazy, cheesy soundtracks. Like
Did you ever have the Marky Mark make your own music video game?
No.
What?
No.
What?
I don't even know if I knew that existed.
Yes.
No.
But if it did, I would have definitely not got it.
What about Scottie Pippen's Shut Up and Jam?
No, is that
Those
also
are the two that I'd be most excited to see in real life.
It kind of reminds me of when Michael Jordan was making video games back in those glory days.
Yeah, Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City.
Right. He didn't make basketball games because he sold his likeness and they thought, well, it's better just put aliens with Michael Jordan. It'll sell well. Instead of putting him in NBA games.
I never played that either.
Right.
You never played those?
No, I remember like seeing it and I was like, why would I play?
It's
Oh,
about
yeah, no,
Shaq's
me neither.
Level of good.
But we played like the NBA games and Michael Jordan was like nowhere to be found.
Right.
And you go, what the why isn't he in? Because he was just trying to make that money.
He was too busy making baby Lewis Bishop cry because he broke the backboard.
Yeah. Damn Michael Jordan sells his likeness to Atari and then nothing else. I mean,
What
he was
an
like, I'm going to
ass.
stick on this Atari boat.
I think they're going somewhere.
Yeah. They're going to make a comeback.
I'm putting all my money here.
They are actually making a new system that's supposed to come out either late this year or early next year.
Atari is?
Like there's a new Atari, and it's got the wood grain finish and all that stuff. Like they're
Is
really
it
going for it.
is it like supposed to be retro or like or is
Both.
it trying to
It's really confusing. So they're
or
going
is
to
it
have
trying
like,
to compete?
they're going to do both. So on one hand, it's like a Linux operating system, and you can just do whatever the
Ooh.
fuck you want with it. But
I
it's
like
also
that.
gonna have like 250 classic Atari 2600 games on it too.
So it's going to be up to, they're going to leave it up to random people to figure out games on it?
I guess
Wow, that's fun.
new Intellivision coming out too.
Wow, all these nostalgia grabs, it sounds
Yeah.
like, coming out. Speaking of, I wanted to buy, Bishop, would you ever buy one of these, an arcade system? Like, you know, one of those stand-up arcade.
Yeah, sure.
Which,
What would
if you
be your
could,
arcade system?
yeah.
Oh, would I buy I had one kinda for
Really?
like a few months.
Really?
Yeah, when I worked in radio, we used to do this thing where people would trade us stuff for tickets, right? And these were like, I think Ozfest tickets or something. And what we decided to go with, this guy had to stand up an original, what was it? What was it? WrestleMania, like the one when it was like the tag. What is it?
Really?
WrestleMania, the tag team, like the Big Boss Man and Andre the Giant.
And they would throw like their weapons would be power ups that you would grab as they
No.
Not the Mortal Kombat kind of one.
No. Like God, actually, I can't remember. But anyways, so we had that. But if I had a house where I was buying my own, one of the first ones I would buy would be the original. Let's see. No, yeah. Move over this one where it's got the Honky Tonk Man.
Which,
Right here. Keep going. One more. Right there. Whichever game that was.
okay.
It was so fun. Anyways, but if I was like buying my own, I would buy a the Nintendo, excuse me, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Ooh,
That's a good choice.
the one with the four players.
that is a good choice. Shit.
They also had a Simpsons one that was like that
Yeah,
that I used to
Simpsons
love
arcade.
to play.
Damn, those are good choices. I was being all like, you know, basic and like, oh, you know, just Pac-Man. I'll just get Pac-Man. It's like you can get Pac-Man for fucking anything.
The stand-up Pac-Man,
Yeah.
or the
Probably miss Pac-Man.
well, if I was going any Pac-Man, I would do the tabletop.
Cocktail.
Oh, the
cocktail.
table.
Yes.
Yeah. They were always at pizza places.
They were, yeah, the pizza places and like sub shops. We had a sub shop
Yeah.
where I lived, and they had that with I think Galaga. I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
So
Those would be
just
so
off the top of
fun.
my head, those two would be definitely ones that I would buy.
Hell
Where
yeah.
was I? I think it was what's the cheesesteak place in town?
J. Michaels?
J. Michaels. I want to say I was at J. Michaels. They had a Donkey Kong 3 arcade machine. I didn't even know there was a Donkey Kong 3.
Yeah. Probably not a legal one, but yeah.
No, it's real. It's real. It came out
Oh.
on the Switch Virtual Console not too
Really?
long ago. So it's a real game. But it was really weird. I was like, what a strange choice. Like, you don't want regular Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Jr. Let's go with 3, where it's a completely different game.
Hey, this one's cheaper. Buy this one.
Mario's not even in it.
Mario's
in it?
Mario?
Mario's not even in it. It's Stanley the Bugman.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why? Oh my
You
god.
shoot insecticide up Donkey Kong's butt to win.
That's
That is also true.
the first rated M game ever. So I did want
that's
to
all.
ask about 3D games too, Bishop. When you got into the 3D gaming world, was that a little bit? Were you a little too old for that, or were you playing like 007? Like 007, you know, like 3-dimensional. You know,
Oh,
when
yeah.
everything started getting, it's not 2D, not just platforming anymore.
Sure,
It's-
sure.
Yeah. What was that like? Was that you were in high school or
I would say middle school, probably
school?
middle school. Yeah,
Okay.
when like N64. You're talking about N64, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
N64, PS1, Saturn, that era, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was in middle school, and yeah, oh man, it was crazy. It was like, you know, it added a whole nother level, but it was just like, I think 007 was one of those games where everyone played so much,
So much.
oh my god. But
This
yeah,
was this was me when
this
I
is
got
you?
the Nintendo 64. This is actual real. Hang on, let me start it over.
Were you embarrassed by the way your brother was acting?
God damn it. Yeah. That's exactly how I reacted when I got it. I was 8 years old.
I don't remember like the actual getting of the 64. I just,
I'll never
Like-
forget.
I don't know.
You know when
It's burned in
your parents lie to you and they're like, "No, you're not getting that this year. There's no way. We can't afford it." And then the day of Christmas, you open it up and that's what you got. My parents loved to lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was a good thing. I think I just admitted to some trauma, so I'll stop talking now.
No, I let it out, bud.
So I was 8.
Uh-huh.
I got Nintendo 64 and it was great.
Well, I don't know if I ever got a game system really for Christmas because, like
Really?
I said, my brother was older, so it would be like, oh, this thing's coming out on March 14th. Well, we're getting it on the 15th. Like,
Jeez,
it was
really?
Oh yeah. I mean, he was 9 years older than me, so by the
But
time I was 9, he had a job. So like we
a
just
lot of gaming systems came out around Christmas too. So
right.
well, I guess they came out like in November or whatever. But
I just don't remember if we ever got one for Christmas, or if I got one
Yeah.
for Christmas. Because like I said, he would just go
Wow.
buy them, and that was it. But yeah, N64 was crazy. Like Super Nintendo was crazy. It was like, man, it's the graphics are so much better. How can they get any better than this?
There's no way.
There's no way. And it's crazy when you go back and you look and you're like, oh my god, like you look at like Mario Kart on there, and compared to now.
oh my god.
But you can't compare that. But like, even though it's like, man, like it's just blocks basically. Like I don't know. It's just like, was I brainwashed? Was I raised by Colton's family and they just
they lied to you?
made me believe that the graphics were better? And then
That's
You know?
exactly what happened. Yeah, I remember when I got PlayStation 3, I thought this was it. This is it. This is where graphics stop. They can't get any realer than this. Boy, I was
Sorry, I
I
just got
wrong.
a plane fly super low right over my house. I couldn't hear anything that happened for the last hour. Can we restart?
I saw you looking over, like looking.
Yeah, I
I
heard-
thought Jesus was coming.
and I actually heard it. I heard the plane.
Yeah.
I did. No, seriously, I did.
No, I apologize, everyone.
That's fine. That's fine. Just get out. You're done.
All right, thanks, guys.
I'm
Have a-
just kidding. So Nintendo 64 was big. What? So I
Never
guess
had one.
Brian, do you have any more questions?
I never had a Nintendo 64,
Oh,
You did.
you did.
but I did wait overnight in a Walmart for a Wii.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty cool.
Like when you say you waited in the Walmart,
Yeah.
did you stand in line or you were just
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around?
No. I stood in line. One of my friends at the time had the inside scoop because they were impossible to get. You couldn't get a Wii. And
I remember
we
a
got
lot of
inside
people
scoop
doing
that Walmart was getting a shipment in at like 1 or 2 o'clock that morning, and they would be putting them out. So me and like 75 other disgusting nerds were just waiting in line.
Yeah,
Was it-
I've never waited in line for a system.
Yeah, I don't think I have either, but that's good. I do remember that the Wii's were hard to get, and it was like, hey, word on the street is that the shipment's coming in.
Yeah. It was a whole big thing.
Yeah.
What are you gaming on now these days, Bishop? You got an Xbox, you got a PlayStation. What you got?
No, I got a Switch. I got a Switch.
That's perfect, dude.
I got one for Christmas, and dude,
So you did get a system for Christmas, you fucking liar.
Well, not as a child.
You're still a child to me.
Well, yeah, I
fella.
know. I'm still little. But yeah, Switch and
What you playing?
well, right now I got this tank game that was free. I can't even remember the name of it. It just come out like a week ago. I don't know what it is. I can't remember, but I've been playing the shit out of it. And I'm still playing Mario Odyssey. Like
Mario Odyssey's great.
I was on it for a little bit, and then like I kind of got kind of stuck in like the second or third level, and I was like, fuck this. And then I jumped on it like a few months ago, and man, I've just been breezing through and just getting all the moons and all that. So and the original game that I got with it was Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Kind of have to. You got to get Mario Kart.
Talking about Twitch, that you guys are live on Twitch. So one thing that I think is cool, I'm sure every other system does it, but I'm also 86 years old. So whenever I find out that, and I went through this long time of not playing any video games at all.
Me too.
Like in between the Switch, the last system that I owned. I mean, I played like systems here and there over like my brother's house with like, you know, his kids and stuff. But the last one that I actually bought was a Xbox 360. So
that was 2006, right?
Right.
When that came out. Yeah.
So, you know,
You got it for Christmas.
I did. I got it for Christmas. Let me tell you all the other things I got for Christmas. PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Tell us all.
Super Nintendo.
List all the things you got for Christmas.
Brian, did you ever talk about that you never met anyone, and are you happy that you finally met someone that had a TurboGrafx 16?
Extremely.
Okay, we'll talk about it later, pal. But did you ever hear of 3DO? Did you ever play that?
No, I never played a 3DO, but I did play a CDI, so that's about as weird and obscure as I'd go with that era of console.
Yeah, so the 3DO, their guy, which I think that Geico ripped off their guy, their dude, their mascot was
Gex.
Gex. He was a wisecracking lizard.
And you know who the voice of Gex is, don't you?
Oh God, I probably do, but didn't realize it at the time.
It is Dana Gould.
Oh really?
What?
Yep. He's the voice of Gex.
Yeah. What were some of his amazing catchphrases?
Okay, so each like place had like a theme, like each like level had like a certain theme, like, and Gex was pulled into the TV. I can't remember the whole plot, but so each
plot,
each boss level had like some sort of cheesy TV theme or this or that or a cartoon theme or whatever, and depending on which level he was in, he only had like, I'm probably giving him too many catchphrases, but maybe 5 per area, and then 5 just regular general catchphrases, and he would just say these things while he's killing whatever he's killing or whapping it with his tail or whatever. And so we had that too, and I always
Pretty
thought
sure one of his sayings was, reminds me of a party at Rod Stewart's house. All the references are so fucking
exactly the kind of
dated. Just there's got to be like a compilation. Is that
you were just on it? Go back, babe.
Well, yeah. See, but this is that's like a YouTuber.
No. You were just on Gex catchphrases.
Was I?
Are you on Adderall?
Go to www.gexcatchphrases.com.
Catchphrase is one word.
I'm not. There we go. I got it.
26 minutes, easy.
Cool.
26 minutes.
Candy. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. I need this. I'll take one of those and some of these. The old 5-finger discount. 3 more and I have the whole set. If this were a video game, I'd be on my way to prison. Charge it! Shaka bra. Shaka, bruh.
Okay, that's enough. Jesus Christ.
Oh, they got so annoying after a while. Like the first few times, like, that's funny. It was like, okay, I'm gonna cut off the sound effects.
Yeah. It's like, okay, we get what happened at who's Rod Stewart at this point? Who's that? Yeah, I love it when video game creators are like, pop culture. That's what stands the test of time. Just keep saying what's popular right now. Let's just talk about.
In Gex's defense, it was kind of one of the first ones to actually do that with voice samples and stuff like that.
Yes,
so
they did kind of stop that. I guess
they tried really hard.
they did a really good job. So, are there any games, Bishop, that you're looking forward to playing?
I'm going to tell Bishop a game he should be looking for.
Yes, and we will give you recommendations too.
Please tell me. Yeah, and that's the only thing I dislike about the Switch is that, you know, they don't have a lot of like. There's no like Call of Duties or like stuff like that.
Nothing basically.
Say what?
It's Nintendo or nothing basically.
Right. But I do enjoy, you know, the of course you can do it on all the systems now, but the downloadable stuff and the extra content and stuff. But the real quick, talking about Twitch, you guys are on Twitch, and people hate me on Twitch because our show we do on Twitch, and it's fine. They it's okay when we just do our show, like we're interviewing people or talking or whatever. But a few times, they had a like on Nintendo, they had a Mario Kart like North American tournament.
I saw this on Facebook that you guys were doing it.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, I'm good at Mario Kart. I'm sure I'd do okay. I am not good at Mario Kart. And I didn't do okay. And I played all 3 days. You play 3 days. And people in Twitch, like we broadcast it on everything, but the people on Twitch was the funniest because like I don't know how I looked up how to set up how to, you know,
were they roasting you on the quality of video?
Yes, well, which I would too. Do you know why? Because my quality of video was is that I had a TV in here and I set up a TV and set up a webcam onto the TV.
Nice.
Yeah, and I thought it looked okay.
Yes,
but
you
people
did.
like people were like, is he playing a video game with a webcam on there? It was so funny. Like people roasted me about it.
Filming with a potato.
Right? Yeah.
I'll give you one recommendation if you ever decide to do it again. Elgato capture card.
Say what?
An Elgato capture card.
In other words, do it exactly the same way.
Just
Yes,
keep
sir.
it going.
Yeah, just
Well, that's
Make
the
sure you
thing. I
just
think
film
it separates me from the other,
that's
really
true.
assholes.
It makes you
Stand up.
unique. It sure does.
Here's what you're looking forward to. They just announced it last week. It is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And that is a remake of, not a remake, but a remaster of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all on one package.
Yes, I actually watched
that's not
the. Oh God, your tech guy is not good at all, guys. On this
This
show,
is it.
whoever's running the tech is not good.
I'm new, and I'm little.
Yeah, I was like, man, that looks really good.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So that's my recommendation for you.
Yes, and I will make a recommendation too. If
Okay.
you want extremely long, and this is not a new game coming out, but if you want something that's going to last you a long time, I would say do Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Zelda.
Zelda.
Or you know,
okay.
Yeah, do that one because it's an open world. You do whatever you want. Like you figure out how to finish the game. It's not like it doesn't tell you what to do or anything. You kind of just figure it out.
I figured out how to finish it by turning it off and never playing it again.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's one of the best games ever. No?
I'm too stupid.
Well, that's fine. You are stupid.
Hey,
Sorry.
What do you think of the Mario Kart home circuit?
is the remote control car thing?
Yeah,
I think it's neat. I think
the
you're gonna have
fuck
to have
is
a lot of
that?
room.
yeah.
What the fuck is that?
But it's a really cool. So you control them. The cars have a camera on them, and you control them through your Switch. They're like real little radio-controlled cars,
Really?
and you can hit boosts and shoot weapons. And if you shoot the weapon at the other car, it'll actually spin out in real life.
What?
It's pretty neat.
So it's kind of like augmented reality, sort of?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, huh. Fun. That's fun.
I think everything they announced basically during that Mario thing was fucking super cool.
Yeah, it was.
Nintendo is genuinely the best video game like console maker ever, and just video game maker too.
Yeah, I mean they're
I
the
think.
Disney of video games.
Exactly, yeah. Any other recommendations, Brian, for the Switch that he should try? I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot out there.
Give Rocket League a try if you're interested at all. It's cross-platform, so we could play against each other conceivably.
That would be
It's
cool.
car soccer, and I enjoy it, even though I hate people on it now, and I'm taking a break from it.
There's a lot of rage-filled Oh, Animal Crossing. Is that Bishops? Have you heard of Animal Crossing?
I have. I never played the original, or any of the originals.
You don't need. Yeah, you kind of don't need to.
No. Yeah, I figure I don't need to play the original.
I mean, the story in the old ones is amazing.
Are you being serious?
No, no, there's no story at all.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't see where that would have anything to do with playing the new one, but
Right.
yeah, you know, I don't know. I just like the old school games.
Super Mario Maker 2. I think that is one you should definitely give a try, because that's people make Mario levels.
What?
But also Nintendo made like hundreds of levels you can play too. So there's a whole story. If you
Yeah.
don't even want to get into the building the levels thing, it's probably worth playing if you're a Mario fan at all.
And it's all like the classic game style. So Mario 1, I think 2 and 3. So they just make levels
We're all
based
in
around.
the 3D world. I mean, they have a whole bunch of different types that you can choose.
That's right. Yeah.
How many systems do you guys own?
I have one. Well, I have a bunch. I have an old 360, and I have the baby Nintendo and the baby PlayStation. But I'm a PS4 guy.
So I want to get it set up where I have like a shelf with all my old systems. So right now, what I have in my apartment is Nintendo 64, Wii, GameCube, PlayStation 4. I have a PlayStation 3 somewhere. What else do I have?
Computer.
I have a shitload. A PlayStation 1, computer, yeah.
Ball paddle.
Ball paddle, yeah. I have. I used to have like Game Boys and stuff. Those were probably the best system. That's why Switch. I really want to get a Switch. That's my next system that I want to get.
Oh, and that's why I can just sit on the toilet and play it, and
Fuck
you
yeah.
know. Oh yeah,
Oh, I just want to shit and play Mario. That's all I want to do.
really opens up my tubes.
If you could get any system right now, Bishop, if you had all the money in the world, what would be something?
Oh, Dreamcast. Dreamcast, I think, was
Really?
my favorite system.
Really?
That's my guy right there.
Yeah.
So you-
because so much fun on the Dreamcast, so many games, and maybe it was just the timing of like,
So far ahead of its time.
yeah. And maybe it was just like, oh, that was like at the peak of my video game playing, maybe. But I don't think so. I think the games were just so much fun, and all of them were so different.
Yeah.
And you know, listen, I loved PlayStation and PlayStation 2. Like, but Dreamcast, I mean, Power Stone 2 were great. Like any like no fighting game since then or before then was like Power Stone. Worms,
Soul
Soul
Calibur.
Calibur. Oh my god.
Everyone
Who's your guy
that
on Soul Calibur?
go ahead.
Maxi, because I suck. He could press buttons and he would do flippy shit.
Right, yeah. Maxi was like the character where you push one button and he goes, hold on,
They're flying all around for like 15
Yeah.
minutes. Great.
I love anyone that has a Dreamcast because they always talk so fondly about it. I
It's
had
the
a
best.
I had a
It's-
friend that had it, and we played a couple things, but I never got to experience it.
I would say until PlayStation 4, I had not kind of been in love with the console the way I was with the Dreamcast.
Wow.
Yeah, and they had they started the NFL 2K series was on Dreamcast.
Really?
So mind blowing too.
Yeah. It
Just
was
how
like
good it was.
because before that all you had was Maddens, and Maddens before
Yeah.
NFL 2K was just like, you know, your basically your bird's eye view.
Oh yeah, top down.
Pixel
Yeah.
graphics.
Pixel graphics, and then you had a few games here and there like NFL Game Day on
Yep.
on PlayStation that was a little different, but still, you know, Madden had the market corner, and they were like, "There's no reason to change it. People are buying it."
Yeah.
And then when NFL 2K come out, it was like, "Oh my god, a football game can be this.
It's so funny you say that because Madden is doing the same exact thing right now.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh, yeah.
if you caught up with what's going on, Bishop, but the Madden 21 is a fucking nightmare.
They're saying.
They can't, the bugs in it, like your player doesn't even run properly. Sometimes the timer just stops. You can see Madden 19 in the background. They took Madden 19 and just repurposed it. It's fucking crazy.
Right.
How can you be such a huge company and do shit like that? It's crazy.
Well, if you don't have any competition
That's
is
it.
good.
That's
like
it.
getting, that's why
squashed
professional wrestling sucks right now, is because there's no competition. You know? But that was
I'm sorry, Bishop. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, what are you saying?
I was just going to say, I think it's partially that for EA, partially they're ramping up for the new generation of systems that are coming out this year. Why put that much effort into a Madden that's just going out there to die?
Yeah, but they're fucking worth so much money. Like, that's just crazy. I know what you're saying.
Build new engines and all that stuff, so
right.
make everyone fancy.
Well,
So
what new systems are coming out soon?
PlayStation 5 and Xbox One Series X, whatever it's called.
Is that what they're calling it? I thought it was
Xbox
Scarlet.
Series X.
Series X, yeah.
Yes.
And then Nintendo is going to announce next year. Maybe,
but it's probably just going to be in a slightly updated Switch, I would assume.
Yeah.
They're not going to make a whole new thing.
But yeah, I think those are all the systems coming out, right? Oh,
Yep.
Google Stadia.
Stadia's already out, and the Intellivision and the new Atari, and that's all. Who cares? But anyway.
Well, I think that's a good place. We did this for a while.
Yeah, thanks, Bishop.
Yeah,
No problem, man.
Where can we find your fun things on the internet?
Well, we're always doing fun things on the internet. We're all over the internet, even on Twitch, where every once in a while you'll be lucky enough to watch my TV screen. Me play video games with very bad lighting in my room. So on Twitch, just follow us on CB Radio Show. On Twitter, same thing, which Twitter and Periscope's the same thing. CB Radio Show, Facebook, CB Radio Show, and on YouTube, Credence and Bishop. But we do more than just the Credence and Bishop show. We have we do that every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. 8:30 p.m. that is, but also we have different interviews and stuff, and it's funny how we do like stuff that is live too. If there's a live police chase, we'll jump on and commentate over that.
That's cool.
The storm chasers, people that during like these different hurricanes and storms that happen.
That's such a good idea to cover it.
Yeah, we do our spin on it, but it's also a lot of times we're just bringing to the forefront these crazy bastards that are on YouTube and these different platforms.
Yeah,
that are doing wild stuff during this, live. So it's interesting. So yeah, that's how people find our show.
Very cool.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
sir.
Well, thank you again, man, for doing this. And that was the Handsome Game Men podcast. We will be back. Possibly, I'll tease the possible next guest if Brian allows him. We're going to have our first couple on here. Zach Burke and, yes, and Allison, I don't want to say, is Porter, right? I think it's her last name. I don't want.
No, Zach.
I feel terrible, but yeah, we're gonna interview them kind of about video games, about why Zach is so mean to me when we play Call of Duty. We're gonna cover all the subjects. So see you next week. See you next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.